Hello, booktube. It's a clear, crisp, cold day here in the North Carolina Piedmont. And as you may gather from my introduction, um, our friend Steve Donahue has returned to booktube for the year. So I'm doing a little tribute to him. I noticed that he did the booktube 2024 tag yesterday, so that is what I'm going to do today. Oh, another tribute to Steve. There's a ridiculous amount of noise going on outside, so I hope that won't be too audible to you at home. Um, so the 2024 book tag starts with: how many books do you plan to read in 2024? I usually start the year planning to read 52 at least. The last few years I've been well north of that. In 2023 I read over 100, but I made this the year that I decided to read all Shakespeare, so that's about 40 books, including the plays and poems, that are relatively short. But I like to do about a book a week, and usually I do a little bit more than that. So the short answer is sure, 52, whatever. We'll see. It's not about how many, it's how good they are and how much I like them, right? That's what it's about. Name some books that you didn't get to in 2023 but want to make a priority in 2024. Well, as I said in my 10 classics for 2024, I had wanted to finish the Western Canon Starter Kit in 2023. I didn't quite. There were 3 left for me, and they were Uncle Tom's Cabin, which I finished last night, Bleak House, and House of Mirth. So Bleak House and House of Mirth are priorities. I'm not sure exactly when I will get to them, as I have launched myself into Proust as of this morning. So we'll see. They'll get read this year, but it may take a little bit of time before I get to that. I also, in February, call me basic, I like to work in more than usual amount of African American literature. So I think I will be reading W.E.B. Du Bois's The Souls of Black Folks, and probably The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. I've read some of the Du Bois before, since, as I said, I went to grad school, and you have to at least read enough of that so that when people say double consciousness, you can go, yes, oh yes. But I think that this year I will read the whole of it. What genre do you want to read more of? I'm going to say fantasy. I don't read a lot of fantasy, but, I liked Lord of the Rings. I liked Song of Ice and Fire, as much of it as there is. Last year I read the Earthsea novels of Ursula K. Le Guin, and I think I'm going to try Roger Zelazny. Look at this. Look at this book that I got at Edward McKay's for $2. Nice hardcover with 2 Chronicles of Amber books in it, and a Boris Vallejo cover. I don't think you're going to do too well with that tiny little knife against 2 wild cats, but we'll see how it. I guess I have to read it to find out what happens to him. Michael K. Vaughan's been talking about Zelazny lately. I think he's trying to read through all of it in July, and it sounds like so much fun. I also was watching Sleepy Reader, I think he calls himself. He was talking a lot about Zelazny, and it's made me say, check out this Zelazny guy. And it's also fun to say Zelazny, right? I also have a collection of Moorcock's Elric novels, which maybe I'll try one of those sometime this year, see if I want to continue with that. So yeah, fantasy is something I will try and read a little bit more of this year. You know, I have a sister and a niece who are into fantasy, and it'd be good to have something to talk to them about sometimes, right? Okay, that's enough. What are some non-book related goals for 2024? Yes, ma'am? Oh, hey. another Donna Hoovian touch. I guess my friend Louise, miniature poodle, heard me talking. Wanted to say hi. It's almost time for her lunch, so I'm going to wrap this up in short order. 2024 non-book related goals. People often make goals where they are adding things. You know, I want to learn a language. I want to take up ice fishing. I'm going to try and pay less attention to something. I'm going to make my goal to care less about cooking, food, and wine. I like all these things, but I think that, in a way, a lot of people in America who care about cooking and food and wine, they think about it too much. And I think that I'm guilty of that. Food is fuel. I want to have more of that kind of attitude. Not that I don't get pleasure out of it, but I get more pleasure out of other things. And I want to free up some of my mind space, and I want to let go of some of the fear of not knowing or trying every kind of food that sometimes spurs me to eat immoderately. So there you go. I want to care less about something in 2024. There's a goal. Also, boy, I will probably spend some amount of time as we get closer to the election here in the U.S. Working to keep us from not becoming fascist. I'll just say that. I won't make this a political channel, but that is also a goal, non-book related. What's a book you've had for a long time that you want to read? Okay, this is a book that I've had for an unconscionable amount of time. I got it before I went to grad school, and it's very awkward. It's Bright Balkan Morning by Charles and Angeliki Kyle with soundscapes by Stephen Feld. So this is kind of an ethnomusicology book. It's subtitled Romani Lives and the Power of Music in Greek Macedonia. It has lots of beautiful photographs. That is right. It has a CD bound into the back cover, as almost all ethno books used to have, and by ethno I mean ethnomusicology, and a lot of text about the Roma and about weddings and music and things like that. So yeah, this is just so big and heavy and kind of unwieldy. It is a paperback, but it's like this rectangular format that is kind of hard to sit and read. But I'm determined I'm going to read this one this year. I'll let you know what I think. I have the questions over on this monitor, so that's why I keep doing this weird little thing. One word or phrase to describe 2024. Oh boy, I hope we all survive it. It's going to be rough, my friends. Try and keep things in perspective. Don't try to change everyone's mind. Try to motivate the people who agree with you and want good things to make good choices and do good things. and make what difference they can. It's going to be tough for all of us. And um, so, what's the word or phrase? I will predict, and I have a pretty good track record for predictions like this. 2024 is going to be an even numbered year in the third decade of the 21st century. Mark my words. You can take that to the bank. Other than that, I do not know. I'm not optimistic, but we'll see. Anyway, that's what I had to say for this tag. Welcome back, Steve. Good to see all of you. Thanks to the people who have been subscribing and commenting. It really means a lot to me. I will talk to you again soon. Thank you, good booktube. Dang, I screwed up that last bit.